Your neighbor is supposed to always watch your back, and maybe they are watching your back, along with your every other move. Number 14. A YouTuber named Outside sets up a home security camera and catches his very own neighbor rifling through his cabinets and refrigerator. The man is in and out of the house in less than 2 minutes after taking a number of canned drinks and other items. As these still frames show, the neighbor gains entrance through a window and then starts walking around like they own the place. It's both sad and scary to think that this YouTuber's own neighbor was waiting for him to leave every day just to take advantage of him. Videos like these show that sometimes the people closest to you are the ones least worthy of your trust. Number 13. Dominic Mancuso has been involved in an ongoing feud over something he doesn't even understand. All he knows is that his neighbors are apparently obsessed with watching him and making him feel as uncomfortable as possible. It's all part of a 6-part series that spans over the course of months. Very little of their behavior makes any sense. When Dominic finally has had enough and confronts his neighbors, this is apparently all they have to say. The strange laughter coming from Dominic's neighbor is both creepy and slightly concerning at the same time. His neighbor ducks under the fence and keeps bothering him later in weird new ways. By the end of it, Dominic still has no idea what his neighbors want from him. And quite frankly, neither do I. Number 12. A YouTuber named Tobias Project checks his home security camera and is surprised to find his neighbor climbing his stairs to access the roof. Notice how he stops at the top of the stairs to make sure no one is home. It's pretty obvious that he knows he doesn't belong. He looks inside the window for an extended period of time and then calls no less than 3 friends, one of which is carrying a case of glass bottle beverages. I'm not sure exactly what they were doing here, but apparently they later told Tobias Project that they were working on a movie when he confronted them. I didn't see any camera equipment, so I doubt that is the real reason. Let me know if you think they were scoping out his place or just trying to party. Number 11. A YouTuber named Mondo, Rene, is walking his dog when he sees a neighbor who he doesn't particularly get along with. He is complaining about the entire neighborhood in general when the neighbor pulls in way too close.
Look at this. What the f is your problem? I'm calling the cops. You.
They actually drove into the garage door where Mondo Rene was just standing and then does a 3-point turn. They were trying to make him scared for sure, but over what I just don't know. The point is they could have easily drove into Mondo and his dog if they didn't step out of the way. Number 10.
Here I am. Hey, pump. Here I am. Come on out.
Every day this YouTuber has a neighbor challenge him to come outside of his apartment to settle an imaginary score. Just to be completely clear, these people have never interacted before. This still doesn't stop her from bothering him outside of his door almost every day. At times it seems as if she imagines an answer from him. Like this part, for example. I think she hears something in her own mind, tells him to try it, and then hears another response that never happened.
Here I am, you wet pump. Try it. Kiss my.
Perhaps weirdest of all is how the videos are dated throughout November and December, yet she always appears to be wearing the same outfit. Perhaps she is past the point of keeping basic hygiene habits and needs to be taken somewhere safe that can care for her. In the meantime, I hope she gets the help she needs. Number 9. A YouTuber named SuperFelix99 videotapes yet another day of strange behavior from his neighbors across the street. Apparently, this kind of yelling happens frequently. The comments on the video most likely agree that this is most likely the result of being on something, though others claim this is clearly a demonic possession. I would like to get your opinion on what this could be based on what you've just seen. Number 8. A YouTuber named Kreul thinks that she is being singled out by a child in the neighborhood.
Kinda really curious why he's got to stand right there where he can see right in my window at me, though. Go ahead. Keep staring at me.
The child is definitely casting some worried glances in her direction, but as the video goes on, it becomes apparent that he may just be wondering why she is filming him. As the video goes on, it becomes hard to tell exactly who is watching who. Maybe he really is acting odd, or maybe she is just being overly paranoid.
Keep looking in. 2 minutes of it now.
I will say that the child does not seem very scary. At the same time, if he is standing all by himself directly in front of her window like that, without moving, then I definitely agree he is being a little weird. I can't tell if he is just hanging out with friends or not, so we may never know the real situation for sure. Number 7. A YouTuber named Wanderlust Huff is mowing his yard when his neighbor walks out holding a camera and starts filming him through the fence. After a while, Wanderlust Huff appears to reach over the fence and silently acknowledges his neighbor's strange behavior. The neighbor goes back into his house and the confrontation gets ugly from there.
I told you before, I don't want you taking pictures over my fence. It's irritating. I have a daughter. I don't know what your intentions are. I have a daughter. I have a wife. I don't want you taking pictures over the fence.
There doesn't seem to be any reason for his neighbor to be filming Wanderlust Huff as he mows his lawn, so I definitely agree that this is creepy. According to the description, he would also fly his drone into people's backyards until the entire neighborhood made him stop. The neighbor's actions are certainly bizarre and seem to be without explanation. Number 6. A YouTuber named jdgehlert has a creepy new neighbor who has been acting strange ever since they first moved in not too long ago. Despite having a very private gated entrance, the neighbor actually sneaks over his wall and says hello as if this behavior was are you actually for real?
I mean, listen to stuff.
She says something about wanting to see his dog, but jdgehlert quickly interrupts to set his neighbor straight. I don't understand what she says at the end while reaching out to him, so let me know if you can make it out.
Yeah,
Cool. Go back the way you can.
jdgehlert?
No. Go back the way you can.
Overall, it's hard to tell if she is socially awkward at times or mentally unstable. Either way, jdgehlert sends the neighbor climbing back over his wall. I think he handled the situation appropriately, but let me know what you think. Number 5. A YouTuber named cfields33 is videotaping a bad storm in Gray, Tennessee when the winds start to really pick up speed.
Whoa.
Less than 30 seconds later, the winds are howling in his ears, and then something catastrophic appears before his very eyes. A tornado forms in his front yard and quickly goes between his house and his neighbors. The chances of the tornado going between the houses instead of straight through them are both extremely slim. According to the description, the tornado took out 3 trees and flipped an RV, so cfields33 and his neighbor should both consider themselves very lucky. Obviously, the tornado was strong enough to carry the YouTuber away, so it's good that he got into his house just in time. Number 4. It's a clear blue day when a YouTuber named the Hovermatic decides to fly his drone. He gets into the sky and turns around only to discover his neighbor's house is completely engulfed in flames. Black smoke fills the air as firefighters tear down the road and combat the fire as best they can. Looking at this aerial view, all I can notice is the outdoor play set with slides and a swing, meaning this is a family with children. Number 3. A YouTuber named MMW Neighbor has a huge problem just 1 yard over. An oversized neighborhood pit bull has repeatedly slammed itself against the fence to the point where the structure is cracked and weakened. Now the wood bends dramatically with each hit. What's amazing is that the dog is behaving this way completely unprovoked. All the YouTuber has to do is simply come outside for all of this to start happening.
Nothing. Not even antagonizing this dog.
Hopefully the vicious dog is never able to get through. If it does, then I doubt his camera is going to be able to save him. Number 2. A YouTuber named Concerned Citizen made this channel to expose his creepy neighbor, who he claims to have caught looking at his wife and other family members late at night. Here you can see the neighbor stare at the house and then briefly shine his high-powered flashlight through a window before walking away. I can think of no other reason for him to be doing this other than to watch the activities of the people inside, which is both bizarre and scary. He repeats this behavior throughout a series of videos, each time capturing a brief glimpse of a family member before retrieving back to his home. According to the police, there is nothing in the law against doing this because he is merely observing the home from his own property. Hopefully he stays in his yard and never gets the idea to take an even closer look one night. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. My new music video Stranger was recently released. Could I get your honest opinion on whether it's good or bad? Tap the circle icon in the top right corner. Then tap my music video to watch it. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new videos I upload every Thursday and Saturday. Number 1. A YouTuber named Bri Estudilo says that she installed a security camera, specifically due to this problem neighbor. The man walks up to her home and, according to Bri, starts watching her through the window. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I do think it's strange that he stands on her front door for over half a minute without knocking. According to Bri, he makes eye contact with her through the window and then begins frantically knocking to cover up his actions. He says he needs to use her backyard to get to a breaker box that they share. The only thing is that there is an easier route to take to the breaker box that's not through her backyard in the dark, so this could just be a made-up excuse. She claims that he has taken pictures of her through the window before, and I do find it weird that he takes his phone out moments before he is discovered. Based on this video, let me know what you make of this situation, and how much danger you think Bri was actually in. Some toys require batteries to move on their own, but then there are special toys like the ones on this list, which are apparently ghost powered.